There we go. Okay, now we're live. Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is another episode of Harried on the Outer Rim, my Edge of the Empire campaign. I've got Andrew, John, Arl, and Jenny all here with their characters Zool, Yonfade, Cal, and Lino. When we left off last, you guys were in the YT 1300. I think it was called the Sparrowhawk or something like that, if I recall correctly. You were on the YT 1300, owned and operated by Miles Remora, Lino's former lover and current creepy stalker guy, I guess. You had fled Boz Pity after the Imperials attacked the planet, knowing that the rebel base was there. And you have fled en route to rendezvous at the rebel rendezvous point with the rebel fleet, and then to move on to hopefully a new base or whatever. Seeking kind of basically shelter, I suppose, amongst the rebels, since you've had your run-ins with the Empire, and technically, you took on a job with them and then betrayed them. So, however, for some of you, it's not the first time you betrayed the Empire, right, Andrew? So, we pick up. You guys are on the, I think it's the Sparrowhawk. We'll call it the Sparrowhawk. You're on the Sparrowhawk, cruising at hyperspeed. It's about an hour since you made the break through the kind of the fleet, if you want to call it a blockade of Boz Pity. Where about, I'll go with you guys one at a time. I'll call you by character name. You can just tell me what part of the ship you'd be on an hour after that kind of exciting flight you made. So let's start with you, Lino. Where would you be on the ship?
Okay, I would be probably towards the rear of the ship, the stern of the ship, just to sort of sort out some very minor problems that we may have been having, just some things a bit worn that I would have to sort out.
Okay. So you're probably looking at the computers and stuff like that, trying to make sure everything's running up at full...
Yeah, there's probably one of the hard drives is overheated a bit, so I just have to sort that out.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Probably noticed that when you were punching in coordinates into the nav computer for the rendezvous. Okay. And Cal, where about on the ship will you be? You're not in combat, you're at hyperspace, so...
Yep, I was muted. Cal would be being in the med bay, I think, and it's feeling lethargic and kind of bummed out from the side effects of the drug that he has been taking. The rush has passed.
You're coming down. What was that drug called?
Booster Blue.
Right.
It's basically
Starship
meth.
You've been helping Starship Pay.
It's space meth.
Okay. So you're kind of in the medical bay. It's YT 1300, so it's not that big anyway. Everything kind of operates off the central section. But yeah, so Lito's at the back of the computers. You're in the med bay, kind of coming down off of a nice high.
Yeah, it's like something like, drinking a lot of fluids and stuff.
Okay. Yonfade, where will you be?
Okay, since we're at hyperspace, there's not really much point me being in one of the gunnery compartments of the ship. So I'll probably try to grab some quarters that is near to one of the gunnery compartments so I can be ready if I need to be. And I'll just be going through my equipment, sort of stripping my guns down, etc. Make sure they're all good to go in case you run into any trouble.
So you are essentially in your bunk, basically.
Effectively, yeah.
Cool. And Dr. Zatal.
Zool would be in the common area as well, and he'd have his med pack out. And I'm going to be doing chemical analysis on my remaining vial of Booster Blue, like going through trying to get all the percentages of the different chemicals in it, so I could perhaps manufacture it myself.
Okay, cool. So you've been doing that part for about an hour or so, anyway, yeah.
Yep, and while it's running the results, I would be like knocking out some push-ups, keeping the bot up.
Do you want to do a medicine check? I guess it would be. Is it medicine? Is that the right skill? God, I'm so bad at running this game.
Yeah, I would think so.
Or do you want to do a medicine check? Oh, shit. Hold on. First, Sorry, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. We have to roll force dice, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really bad at running this game. Okay, that's everybody, yeah? So we got 5 dice, 1 dark. So 1 dark, 4 light side. That worked out well for you guys for the moment. There we go. Okay, now I will roll a percentile for the obligation roll, just because I'm kind of obligated to. Sorry.
Yeah, like you get a negative point for that.
Thanks. Oh, could not start Facebook. Why could you not start Facebook? I think I know what that one is, actually. It's gonna be kind of funny. Harried on the outer rim. I actually had this up, and then my app crashed when I went to open it. Nothing's working. Okay, here we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Technology hates me today. There we go. Come on, you bastard. Obligation chart is, did I pass it? There it is. Okay. Yep, that's what I thought. It's Lanlino, betrayal again.
Hey, what a surprise.
So Lanlino, you could take 2 stress,
Okay.
or 2 strain, sorry. And remember, of course,
yeah,
that's
I do
knocked
know.
off your maximum for the session. Everybody else takes 1 strain for the rest of the session, knocked off their maximum. And so Lino, you were back there working on the computers, yeah? So I can imagine you're kind of like crouched down, and you've got like a essentially like some kind of a spanner or something in your teeth, and you're working with these wires, and there's sparks flying, and you're grunting and working hard, trying to concentrate on what you're doing. And Miles is leaning over you with his hand kind of resting up against the one of the terminals or something, and he's like leaning right over you, way too close to you, like, what are you doing? What's that wire for? Hey, are you sure you should unplug that? Is that the right thing to do? So he's just like basically following you around like a puppy dog, not giving you an inch of space. And you're sitting there working away and trying to fix this this particular board, whatever. And he says, "So Lino, why'd you run off on me like that? We had some good times, didn't we?"
Look, I'm still really busy with this. You do realize I've got to focus.
What was it? The legal troubles? You fallen in with a bad crowd, yeah? That Splicer gang, wasn't it?
Yeah, I told you the story.
Come on, you know I don't care about that stuff.
Miles, I'm busy.
Yeah, you're always busy. You always said that, but look, we're just talking. What, you can't talk and work at the same time?
Well, this is kind of difficult.
I told you not to unplug that.
And you're not helping either. You're distracting me.
Oh, you're getting mad. Passion. Yeah, I like that. It's good to see. You still got it.
Well, put it this way. If I get something wrong, the ship could crash out of the air and then you'll be dead. How about that?
The Sparrowhawk's never going to crash. Everything's fine. I don't know what you're so worried about. But I do know one thing for sure. And he kind of stops leaning over and he kind of leans back against one of the terminals, crosses his arms and, stretches his legs out a little bit in front of him. Real, like, cool and relaxed, like. And you actually hear he hits some switch or something that he probably shouldn't, and you hear a beeping going off on one of the computer terminals when he does so, and he says, "You wouldn't be mad if you didn't care."
So, are you saying that he's kind of leant on a switch and hasn't realized, or do you think
Yeah, he's just like trying to be cool, leaning up because he's hit some button. He doesn't know shit about computers, actually.
All right, if he does that, then I'm gonna like immediately get up and kind of push him out of the way and flick it back on.
Hey,
just
rough stuff already?
Just leave me to my work, okay? Or you're gonna make this a lot harder for me.
All right. We could save the physical stuff for when you finish fixing the computer. What's wrong with it anyway?
Well, it was overheated, but then I realized that there was actually a bit of burnt cable I had to reinstall and fix. And then there was this part of the navigational systems I had to reinstall.
Had to reinstall the navigational systems.
Not the whole thing, just a tiny part of it.
Oh, hold on a second. What are you going to spend a destiny point on there, Oral, or are you just joking?
So, no, I'm not. So he actually turned on the
Okay.
communicator
I had
for
a
the
feeling you
ship.
Oh.
Good. Okay, yeah, I'll turn it over. I'll handle the destiny points. Just remind me when you want to spend one. Because it gets kind of clustered if we're all trying to push the button at the same time. So, okay, so yeah, now this is being broadcast across the entire ship. He's like, well, don't worry. I told you. Sparrowhawk, she's a good ship. She's seen me through a lot of hard times. After you left me, she's the only lady I had in my life. It's good to have you back, Lino. And just then, there's several things happen at once. There's a loud crashing sound comes from the engine compartment. Smoke starts pouring out of the hatch above the kind of, the little hatch that pulls up where you get down into the engine compartment. The ship jolts violently, extremely violently, and you're all thrown kind of towards the front of the ship from wherever you are. So Cal, you were laying down in the medical bay. You're thrown off the bed and slammed up against the wall in the medical room. Lino, you are thrown away from the computer terminal area, and Miles is as well. And he kind of grabs onto you and cradles you as you both fall to the ground, and he tries to cradle your fall. And so you land basically like right on top of him, leaning up against the, probably the table in the rec room area. Zool, you were in the rec room, yeah?
Yeah, probably mid push-up.
Yeah, mid push-up. So you basically like kind of flip and tumble along the floor and end up almost in the cockpit area. And you were in your bunk, right, Jan Fade?
Indeed.
Yeah, so you get the worst of it because you don't have very far to go. So you're just slammed violently up against the wall or door leading into your bunk area. You can actually, yeah, I'll give you all a single wound point, just for the violence of the situation, except for Lino, because she lands gently, kind of in Miles' arms.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Okay.
So Miles will take 2. He took your point for you, and he's now bleeding from the side of the head, and he's kind of dazed. He says, "Oh, are you okay, Lino?" And now alarms are going off, and you hear all kinds of sounds going off all over the ship.
I'm going to press the communicator button, like the ship-wide communicator in my Chrome, and go, this is Jon Fade to whoever the fuck's flying the ship at the moment. What the hell's going on?
And Miles is, he doesn't even think about the fact that he's not touched the button for the communicator. He's on his head. His head says, "Oh, the computer's flying the ship. It was on autopilot."
Are we still in hyperspace?
You're not.
From the juttering and everything, I really doubt it.
Right, I'm on my way to the gun compartment.
You'd be able to probably tell now if you kind of like, you can, there's a certain hum and vibration that when you're in hyperspace. You can tell that definitely the ship has just violently dropped out of hyperspace.
Zool rolled into the cockpit, basically, right?
Nearly, yeah. You're right by the cockpit. You can just get up and walk into it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to and see what I see out of the front window.
You just see space. Stars. You don't see any nearby planetary bodies or anything. You seem to be in the middle of nowhere. And you're just kind of, at the moment, basically just drifting,
Someone tell me we've not made a hyperspace miss jump, please.
So like this point, like Carl comes out, his like clothes are covered with vomit. It's like, what in the dirty, hot ass is happening here?
And Miles is trying to get up now reassured that he knows that Lino's okay. He's bleeding pretty heavily from that head wound he took. He bashed his head pretty hard on the grating on the floor or something, you figure, or maybe on the wall.
If that was to try and get me to sleep with you later, then wow. You're more stupid
What?
than I thought.
Come on, Lino. It's been ages. I didn't plan to try to sleep with you until at least tomorrow.
Can someone get to the cockpit, please? You can bump uglies
Yes,
later.
I'm going.
So Zul's already at the cockpit.
Yeah, like I have no idea how any of this stuff works. So it's like a primate on a beach with like some sophisticated piece of technology in his hand, kind of like slamming it around. I'll be like plugging stuff in with my fingers, and I go, as you guys are walking in, it seems that the ship's computer decided to take a nap.
And as you're heading towards the cockpit, Lino, Miles says, "Oh, that doesn't look good. I'll check on the engines." And you can see the smoke kind of pouring out of the engine compartment. And he goes over and lifts up the grate as you're heading towards the cockpit. So maybe if you go into the main hall area, whatever you'd see, the smoke just wafts out, and he's and he reaches over, pushes a button, and the ventilation kicks in extra hard and starts sucking the smoke out and blowing it off into space or whatever.
Is there anything I can do to help, Miles, or am I better off in the gunnery compartment?
Do you know anything about engines?
Do I look like I know anything about engines?
Yeah,
Unless
you
you
do.
need-
Come on, give me a hand.
Unless you need the engine shooting, I'm probably not your girl.
That smells bad, as I say, like smelling the
Is there
smoke.
some kind of extinguisher on this bloody ship?
Oh, don't worry, the fire's out. You know, at this point, you just turn on the kind of PA comm or something for the ships.
That's what she said.
Cal, are you all right? You
Ow,
smell like a
I don't know.
shit was sick.
Never heard that phrase
It's all
before.
right.
Zill's gonna come on over the comm and say, Miles, no offense, but you should have been in the cockpit about 5 fucking minutes ago. Come here immediately.
All right, Yanfei, you check on the engines. I'm going to the cockpit.
I look at him about like, seriously?
Yeah, he just walks right past. He's still confused. He's a little bit dazed and confused. He took a bad bash.
On the comms. Doc, do you know anything about engines? Or is Lee know about anyway?
Well, I'm right there with him. I think.
Lino's just arriving at the
Oh,
cockpit.
sorry, I was a bit distracted by the state of Cal. Look, your whatever he is to you, I don't know, has told me to work on the engines. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you, Lino. If I work on the engines, it's probably going to be worse than if I don't work on the engines. But we
He
need
actually just asked you
someone
to
to
check
work.
on the engines, but yeah.
What I also go apart from telling him that yes, that is an engine. That is where my technical expertise ends. So if you can do anything with that, I would be eternally grateful. Then he can get back to hopefully flying. I can get back to shooting people. The doctor can get back to flexing his toned muscles and injecting people with drugs, and we'll all be happier.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go back to the med bay.
You owe me a jury juice when we get out of this. How about that? I'll try
Fine,
and take-
fine. Just I'm going to go and help Cal back to his bunk. Look at him; he's a mess. If you can sort out that,
I know.
please sort out the end.
I
Please
can't promise
sort out the
anything,
engine.
but I'll take a look.
Thank you.
So
Come
Miles
on, Cal. Come on.
arrives at the cockpit. He goes past you, Lino, and he kind of smiles as he walks past you. He gets to the cockpit, Zool, and he says, he looks out the kind of the glass, the screen, or whatever, the actual window, and says, yeah, we're not in hyperspace anymore. He sits down at the controls and starts looking. And he goes, pushes a few buttons and flips. He says, He says, sublight engines are working fine, but no, we get no response from the hyperdrive.
You, Captain, have taken a serious head ringer. And I'm going to pull out my data pad or my med pad and start like scanning the side of his head.
Yeah, he's got actually a mild concussion.
Ooh. I should fix that. Do you mind?
Huh? I'm trying.
Go ahead. I just need to touch you.
What? And he's waving his hands like, no, don't touch me. What do you mean? I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're not fine. You have a concussion.
I just got to get the ship going again. You can feel the ship starts to move a bit more as you at least boost the sublight engines up to full to get it moving again. He's like, yeah, these are working fine. He says, okay. Thruster's okay. Yeah, I've got full control. Everything's working that way on the attitude and pitch. Okay. He says, yeah. Jan Fade, how are things with the engines?
You'll have to ask Leno. I'm currently taking care of Cal.
Oh. It's now the time?
Don't make me come down to the cockpit and slap you, silly. He's obviously not well. I'm putting him back in his bunk.
Leno, are you in the engines? Are you in the engine room?
Yep. Just taking a look.
I can't get the hyperdrive to respond at all. What's wrong down there?
I really hope that wouldn't be the case. So yeah, I'm assuming I'll be adjacent to the hyperdrive, just sort of checking everything out. So I have a look at the hyperdrive, see what's up with it.
Okay. Is there a mechanics skill?
There is a mechanics skill.
Give me a mechanics skill check. Difficulty 2. Doesn't have to be. It's not necessarily very hard to figure out what's wrong here.
Okay, I'm gonna
You
spend
can-
a destiny point to
you can
upgrade
do that
one of
if you want.
my dice to a yellow.
I'm not going to spend one.
Ooh.
So no success, but a triumph.
Mhm.
So you're not sure what the problem is because you didn't get a success, but because you got the triumph, you can tell right away 2 things. In fact, I'm going to give you since you got the triumph. Number 1, the primary hyperdrive is fucked beyond repair.
Brilliant.
2, there's no secondary hyperdrive.
Oh. How the fuck did this happen? So, have I got some kind of communicator to Miles or?
Yeah, you've got comms all over the ship. So, and you've been using PA comms for this
All
much.
right. In that case, I say to him, well, the hyperdrive is beyond repair and we haven't got a backup. So until we reach a planet, we're pretty screwed.
Oh, that's not good.
Zool's going to narrow his eyes at the back of his head and say, "You don't have a backup hyperdrive."
Look, Doctor, you do something about this head wound. It's really killing me here.
Yeah, I'll do something about your wound. You give old Zool 1 second.
So can we hear this everywhere on the ship?
Yeah, you probably can because he's still got the PA on. He's not thinking straight. Like, look, I needed parts back on Thifera a while back, and I needed to sell something expendable. Who needs 2 hyperdrives, right? I mean, it was a class 15 anyway. It's a piece of shit. So
You know the difference between a class 15 hyperdrive and no hyperdrive?
Well,
Do you?
I'm starting to find out.
Yes, that's right.
You can hear Leno like laughing at this in the background, and she like climbs out of the engine hull and she's like got a cloth and is wiping the oil off her face.
So
He's typing some stuff into the nav computer, and it keeps beeping at him and giving him error messages, and he slaps it, and he's getting annoyed.
So like Carl's eyes light up with determination as he's hearing all this information.
Mm-hmm.
Wipes his mouth off, a bit of vomit. Stands up, starts walking towards Zoo.
Cal, before you leave your bunk room, at least change your shirt.
All right, just takes it off.
Good idea.
Takes it off. He doesn't put up a new one, and goes to Zoo.
I'll follow.
Welcome to the gun show. No,
Are you doing anything about his head wound, Doctor?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do first aid on it using my med pad. But here's my question. In lieu of everything that's happened and his horrible attraction to Lilo, I'm thinking of trying to slip in a foreign substance into it that's some kind of anti-libido.
Eh.
I've often found like a blaster butt to the back of the head's the quickest anti-libido. Nice.
So something to get his mind off sex, basically.
Exactly.
Okay. Roll a medicine check. This one I'm going to give you difficulty 3. And I'm going to be a dick and spend a destiny point as well to increase your difficulty.
And I'm going to reinforce the dickishness and not spend a point because I kind of want it to fail.
Oh.
Minus the force point.
Oh, yeah. 4 successes and 2 threat. Okay, so you managed to successfully anti-libidoize him.
Yeah, it's a substance called Sulcrum X. I remember it from my days at the Imperial Academy.
Mm-hmm. The threat.
Chemical castration.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
So you've accidentally lobotomized Miles.
Well, he will be at least temporarily incapable of gaining an erection. So how long it will last remains to be seen.
What if I, since it's 2 threat, what if I accidentally double dose him? Like I just give him twice as much as I'm supposed to.
Sure, no problem. And exactly like I said. So not only is he no longer basically horny or thinking about sex, but he's also suffering from crippling ED.
And so I have the syringe out or whatever, and I stick it in the side of his head, and I push it, and he's like, and I go, now, be a man about it.
And was that a stim pack as well? So he gets his wound points back or whatever?
Well, yeah, I would say that the major application was Bacta, and I had like Sulcrum in the Bacta.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
And at this point arrives the glistening body of Carl.
So you're not wearing any shirt now, yeah?
No shirt at all. Comes up to Zul, and he obviously he still has some problem with drugs. Just comes, hey doc, can you hook me up? Like, this guy is out, and we need some leadership. I need to be on the top game.
Zul will turn around. He'll kind of like look frantically at who's overhearing this. He goes,
I'm just going to be stood behind him going.
And I'll lean forward and like touch my nose and go, that special medicine that you and I talked about, there's some of it back with my med pack.
Yeah, medicine. That's what I need.
I'll say, there's a strange metallic rod in it. I was running some tests. Just take it out. I've got what I need.
Okay. So I go back to Zul's place and...
yeah, the medical area.
I'm following you.
You drink this, I imagine, or whatever. I inject it, and you see Zul. I mean, like Carl is just getting better, like 5 seconds after. Whew! All right, let's do this.
If you don't mind me asking, Carlos, as I've sort of followed you in, how long is whatever that is going to last?
I don't know, but
I'm just thinking. I mean, call me a warrior if you want, but I'm just thinking if you start collapsing and vomiting all over the place in the middle of a high pressure situation, probably not going to be a good thing. Call me an alarmist if you want, but
how long did it last time, Andrew? It was like an hour or something.
Yeah, something like that. I can check the closer time if you want.
No, we'll just say it's an hour. So it'll last you about an hour, Cal.
Okay. It's more like the withdrawal effects that I'm like taking care of. With my freshened up attitude, I go to the cockpit and run a quick diagnostic.
So as he's turning and heading back towards the cockpit, after basically saying it'll last about an hour, Miles is in the cockpit still with Zul. You're still in the engine room, I think, yeah?
Well, by that point, I'd come out. I'll probably then head to the cockpit as well, just to double check navigations and give myself a bit of
Miles is now really calm, really cool. He's like, thanks, Doc. I feel much better. He's typing lazily into the nav computer.
Zool would turn to as you see this, Lino, and he would give you the ugliest grin you've ever seen and wink at you.
And you
I
hear
just sort of give him a
the,
funny look and then move over to the nav.
you hear a beep of a report coming up on the nav system, and Miles looks at it and says, "Okay, well, according to this, at maximum sublight speed, we will reach the nearest planet in 2.5 years."
Well, our supplies last maximum of 2 months, so
Oh, and we'll run out of fuel well before then.
so
He
it's
says
not
calm and cool and just like totally relaxed.
I would have been happier with a euphemism, to be honest. That sounds terrifying.
If
Give
we're
me
going
the
to
nav. Let me have a
if we're going to
look.
run out of fuel, I suggest we just point ourselves in a straight line at where this planet is, accelerate to full speed, and then cut the engines. Unless we hit anything on the way there, we'll just keep going in a straight line, and we can kick in the engines when we get there. If no one else has a better suggestion, I'm praying you have a better suggestion.
Well, we'll still need to run energy through the ship in order to maintain life support systems. So don't worry, we'll all suffocate long before we starve to death.
I open up a star map just to see where we are in the galaxy.
You're like an hour from Boz Pity at sublight speed, so not very far.
Okay. But is this like a sector of like imperial influence or hot influence or nobody really or?
Well, you might remember that about an hour behind you, you left behind like Vader's Imperial fleet.
Mhm.
But damn it, I gotta pull up my star chart. Sorry.
Is there no possibility at all, Leno, of the hyperdrive being repaired?
No. It's fucked. Even an expert couldn't fix it. We'd have to replace it.
Okay.
Whew, man. Oh, I'm feeling really tired, guys. I think I'm gonna go lay down.
Yeah, do that. Just
Cal, do you
go.
mind taking the
No, go away.
the what's it called again?
The wheel?
Go sleep.
Hmm?
Go and sleep.
No, that's not what it is. It's called the stick, the helm. Yes, Cal, you take the helm. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I'll handle the sticks around here. Just go away.
I
19
give
99's
a
Captain.
leer at Zul.
And Zool gives you like the hey, hands up look. I don't know what came over him.
I kind of give a little smile and then go back to the map and the nav bar.
Okay. Yeah, so you're still in Hut space. Probably the nearest planet is still probably Buzz Pity.
Mm-hmm.
You're only traveling for about an hour.
Well, normally I suggest we send out a distress call. However, given that there's a gigantic Imperial fleet not too far away, that's probably not an option.
Definitely not.
I mean, we paid our debts.
I'm glad you're getting these witty quips in now, lover, and before your hour runs out and you're a drooling, vomit-stained wreck again.
Well, I mean,
In fairness, Cal, the like maneuvering controls are reacting great. The
Awesome.
thrusters are operating at optimal, performance.
awesome. Then I just fly around a bit now. But as soon as I take the helm, I run the diagnostics I was saying, just to see everything. What's the state of the ship?
The ship suffered a little bit of hull damage from when the main hyperdrive kind of blew up essentially within the engine compartment, but not much, nothing major. Not anything threatening, really. Like I said, you've got full, attitude and pitch controls, no problem. The nav computer is functioning just fine. Everything else is in pretty good working order, except for the fact that the hyperdrive is like it's not there, basically.
Okay. I go through the ship's logs, and since Miles was working with the rebellion, I assume there is some kind of contact or something he has.
Yep. He's got a contact with a like a flight controller, essentially, one of the guys who works in the hangars and stuff, and kind of controls, landing and takeoff patterns for rebel sorties and such.
Yeah. So.
And general traffic.
Yeah. He would be the guy to call. I share this information with the others. Hey, gang, look, here's some, Miles' contact with the rebels. If anything, we should send some message to them. They are quite near. They were in the middle of a battle as we left.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they could pick us up.
Well, much as I hate to say it, it's the best suggestion we've got at the minute.
Yeah.
Now we just need to figure out how long would they arrive at the rendezvous point, because I don't think they can receive messages in hyperspace, and
the rendezvous point was a few days away at least.
So we need to wait at least a few days, or hope that they are still in battle, which is bad news, because if they are still in battle, they are fucked.
I presume there's no other ships or anything nearer in the area.
We are in the bottom of nowhere.
You're getting nothing on your long range scanners. Your short range, medium range. Flip on long range. There's nothing out there. And then an alarm starts to go off, and you pick up a blip on the long range scanners, and another blip, and another blip, another blip, and another blip, and another blip, and another blip.
I'll be in the gun turret, and I'll head out.
Okay, I look at them blips on the screen and Ryan diagnostics. What are those blips?
I get in the co-pilot seat.
Judging by the formation and the number of them that are moving in your direction at rather high speeds, you believe it to be fighter sorties.
Well, they can't be Imperials since they have hyperdrives. So either some really high-tech Imperial machines, or the rebels, or Huts.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say on the comms as I'm getting into the gun cockpit. Yeah, after all, what kind of idiots would be stuck in the middle of space without a hyperdrive?
Ooh, if it is the Huts, I might have something that we can barter with.
If you're thinking Miles, I approve.
Nothing so maligned, I promise.
I second that.
You pick up a larger blip then that just starts to edge in slowly as the fighters are moving into more like a medium range.
Using the sort of scanners and the targeting arrays like in the gun cockpits, can we get any more details about what sort of vessels they are?
I don't think you can target anything at medium range or farther, no.
Oh no, I'm not talking about actually being able to fire at them. I'm just talking about getting more of an idea of what they are.
No, probably not. You'd probably have to wait until they were within range before you'd really get any information on like a target, I think, or at least close to range. But Cal, you have enough experience anyway. You're pretty sure just by looking at the freaking long range scanner signature on this thing, that looks to be a Star Destroyer.
Yay!
And you figure the 20 or 30 smaller blips are probably TIE fighters.
Okay. Our ship is the YT 1300, right?
Correct.
Just to have the stats ready for myself. Awesome. In that case, I share this information with others. Hey, judging from their formations and their way of approach, these are not going to be friendlies. It looks like a large cadre of TIE fighters and a Star Destroyer. Now, I'm not going to say that Yon Fate Dearest is not an excellent gunner, but I am also not going to say that we can take 30 fighters and a Star Destroyer. So while I push the ship to maximum speed away from them, I sort of just nonchalantly ask the question, any ideas?
The fighters are closing fast. They're much faster than you.
Yeah, they do that. Sons of bitches.
Could we use a destiny point to create like a massive gas field nearby?
I don't see why not.
What if we flee from them into that dangerous-looking gas field?
Oh, you mean the one that has some mysteriously large asteroids floating in it? I think I see where you're heading with this, Doctor.
Is that another destiny point? So you're spending 2?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds good to me.
Like, what's the worst that could happen? Says Carl as he takes a narrow turn into the gas field and heading towards the asteroid.
You get a notification sound from your communications that you're being hailed.
Okay, I open up the comms channel.
This is Admiral Kendall Ozzel of the Star Destroyer Executor. You are ordered to power down your engines, power down your weapons, and surrender. Your ship has been identified as one of many breaking the Imperial blockade at Baz Pity during a rebel excursion. If you come peacefully, we will inspect your ship, scan your computers, take what information we can, and let you go. If you resist, we will destroy you and take what we need anyway.
Not like I'll get much anyway. We haven't got a hyperdrive.
I sort of mute the communications and look at the others, or ask to come because they are not next to me. So, any input?
Listen, we can't surrender to the Imperials. I don't buy for 1 second all this, oh, we know you're rebels, but we're just going to check on you and then we'll happily send you on your way, because that's how the Empire works.
No, but we can still escape from Kessel, but we can't really escape from being shot to death.
Just as a hypothetical question, how many people do you know who've escaped from that place?
Like, at least 2.
2 out of how many people were there?
2.
Minutiae, minor details. But fine.
Let's face it, we've already effectively got away from the Empire once. As soon as they twig who we are, we'll be under maximum security and we'll be in an Imperial maximum security prison camp before you can say, oh shit, the hyperdrive stopped working.
Fine. Open up the comms channel. Hey, Mustache. I'm not buying that. We are not buying that. So, you have that nice, fancy Star Destroyer? Wanna play catch? Come after me. And maximum speed into the asteroids. I mean, not directly, just next to them.
Cut to a scene on the bridge of the Super Star Destroyer, and you see Kendall Ozzel there with his mustache, and his lip kind of twitches a little bit, and the lower ranking officer beside him says, "Lord Vader is not going to like this." And we'll take a cut there real quick for a 5 or 10 minute break.
Q.
All right.
It was mint cake.
Smoke them if you got them. Be right back.
Oh dear, awesome.
Well, look on the bright side. If the Imperials do manage to get hold of us and kill us, it'll have saved us from a slow death via starvation.
Yeah, it's like, although we could just like open the airlocks.
Well, the thing is, if we surrender to them, we're effectively as good as dead. If we do somehow manage to, if they catch us in the asteroid field, we're as good as dead. If we manage to evade them, we're probably going to die later.
Well, let me tell you something, John. we will die anyway. It's just how long.
Well, to be honest, my character will be fine with that if we can take down some of the Imperial scum while we're doing that. That's absolutely fine.
We should totally pull out like a Return of the Jedi, smashing a spacecraft into the command center of the ship.
I love it. I mean, let's face it, we're not getting anywhere fast on sublight speed, are we? Especially not if the meeting point's like 2 days away at like hyperspace.
No, but they might take out some Imperials.
If we somehow survive by the time they get there, we'll be like, hey, great news, everybody. We beat the Empire like 2 years ago. The Emperor's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, but bad news, though. We've heard about there's this thing called the First Order. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. But here is this promising young kid, Ben Solo. He will be a cool guy. He will save us. Wah, wah.
Indeed. But yeah, I'm all for the plan of just like flying into the mouth of the beast, so to speak. That works for me.
Oh shit, we doing a suicide mission?
It's better than a slow death from like starvation, isn't it? And if they catch us, we're dead.
Well, we know that's the way you take down the executor. Like, you fly into it.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I think that's it. I think suicide run it is, guys. Fly towards it at full power, both guns firing. Hit impact with the command tower. What you've got to do is like avoid their fire long enough to get to the command tower.
Oh, I think this would be the theme song for them.
I can't handle prison on Kessel, guys. Like, my skin isn't made for subterranean tunnels.
No, but any other prison is like your paradise.
They'll end up putting us in like a really bad one, like outsource us to the corporate sector, that prison there that like no one ever escapes from unless Han Solo breaks you out.
Like, I don't think we would be prisoners. Like, we are really annoying and we don't know nothing. So, like, I think the appropriate way to deal with us is just like a shot in the head.
What if,
to be honest, I do doubt the sort of Imperials like measuring system, because it's like, oh, they've got a battle station that can't possibly be destroyed. It's invincible. They've got all these like prisons that no one can escape from, and yet they always get destroyed. Someone always escapes from the prison, etc., etc.
Sure.
What if we did some kind of like Romeo and Juliet style play? What if I whip up a drug that makes us all look dead, and we make the ship look like it's been air breached?
But how do you make the ship look air breached if you are not making it air breached?
Maybe we close off like the one interior compartment or something of it and breach everything else so it looks like it was like some like major struggle and we made it into the final room and then died from like lack of food or something.
You could always throttle down like the life support to like absolute minimum, so it looks like, oh, since the failure we've been trying to like fly on like minimal power or whatever.
Thinking.
Although realistically, I still think the suicide run's the way to go.
Yeah, because we at least do guaranteed damage with the suicide run. Like if this other plan goes bad, they just get everything and lose nothing.
Yeah. Because at least hopefully with the suicide plan we get to see like
All right.
we get to see Commander Ozzel or whatever go in as they like fly towards the command structure.
What? What?
We have a plan.
Okay, good. That was good, quick thinking, by the way. The asteroid field with the gas field and the asteroid field in the same place. There was some good use of destiny points, I think.
I think it's a good combo because it impedes the TIE fighters and it impedes their scanners both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Star Destroyer can't come into the asteroid fleet, as we saw in Empire.
Is there any sort of like cargo grappler or anything similar on the YT-1300?
That's like a special modification that you can do. Like,
No.
Damn, I was thinking we could tow an asteroid after us. Oh well.
Oh, that's so like Galaxy Quest.
That's right, man.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking if we could tow one, fly towards it, then sort of like disengage and pull up at the last minute, just like the asteroid up.
I have a really cool idea. I think it will work.
Does it involve you like pumping yourself up on booster blue and just like flying towards it? Like, come on! Come on!
I don't think I will have time for the side effects of the withdrawal. So
There you go, silver line into every cloud.
yeah, what does the booster blue give me, Zul?
One sec here, I got it. Booster Blue. A character under the effects Booster Blue may not remove strain at any scene or encounter for the remainder of the session. However, a character under the effects of Booster Blue may upgrade the ability of any agility, intellect, or cunning related check he undertakes once, reflecting his improved concentration and mental acuity.
Oh, awesome. So I'm a really good pilot now.
It's a matter for some debate.
Maybe really good if I shoot you up with Stim as well.
What have we got to lose at this point? Can you shoot them up with everything you've got, though?
So
not every. Hey.
everybody's here, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yarp.
So the bad news is the TIE fighters will reach you before you get to the full cover of the fields. But, in fact, the first sortie will be reaching you right now. Is going to pass by at lightning, full speed. I think they move at speed 5, yeah? Max speed?
Yeah, I think.
So they're not quite twice as fast as you, but near enough. And they fly by and they blast off some obvious warning shots across the bow of the ship.
Well, I think it's only fair to return some warning shots.
Okay.
Into their heads.
Okay.
Second that.
My warning shots are for the people who don't get blown up.
Let's see here. Let me pull up my TIE fighters in Age of Rebellion, isn't it?
I think it's in all of them.
Oh, it probably is, yeah. Well, let's find it here. So,
You're after the TIE Interceptor.
yeah.
I've got the stats here in front of me if you need them. They can do max speed 6.
Oh, shit. So they do move twice as fast as you.
Shut up, John.
They do move twice as fast as you. That's good to know. Starships and vehicles. Here we go. These thumbnails are so small. What? No. Starship and vehicle
Okay.
coming back.
If they come close, I am doing the evasive maneuvers things that upgrades their difficulty of incoming attacks once.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, at the moment, they're just firing, like I said, obvious warning shots. They don't.
Not as obvious as mine are going to be.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the Interceptor is not in Edge of the Empire. So I'll go to Age of Rebellion. Oh, look at that. There we go. I've fucking opened my Age of Rebellion book and it's open straight to the TIE Interceptor page. There we go. Oh, yeah, speed 6. Got it. Handling +3 means they get +3 boost dice, yeah?
What? Handling
Two
3?
maneuvers.
Wow, yeah.
Plus 3.
That's fucking good, man.
Yeah, to any sort of like piloty roles.
Right, cool. Just checking. Okay, so now for firing on these guys, refresh my memory as to, okay, you're obviously using your gunnery skill.
Yep.
And the difficulty is based on their
That,
Silhouette difference.
silhouette, yeah.
yeah,
So
which is not big enough because it only counts if there is a difference of 2 at least.
Okay, so it doesn't change anything there.
Yeah. So it's the difficulty will be 2.
Difficulty 2. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take a full aim action.
Yeah. Do you want to spend a destiny point? You have 1 left.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'll spend 1. Why not?
Okay.
Because they're approaching with some caution.
Boom.
Okay. Oh yeah, you still got your force die there. But so you got 3 successes and 2 advantages. So I don't think that's enough for a critical. But what damage would that do then? With 3 plus your you're on the. Are you on the ventral? You said I think you always went to the top, right?
Yeah.
So you're on the dorsal. Sorry.
Have you got the stats for the YT-1300's weapons open, Cal? Cal.
Sorry, what?
Have you got the YT-1300 stats? Up?
Yes, I do.
Crit 3. Sorry, 6 damage, crit 3.
Okay, so it'll be 8 damage then from the roll.
Okay.
They are dead.
Too much flipping back and forth here. Okay. 8 damage. Now, they have an armor of 2, so it'll take it down to 6, right?
Yeah.
But they only have a hull threshold of 6, so still 8 damage is enough to destroy one. So you fire off as they fire their warning shots, and they fly over. Boom! One of them goes kaboom, and the other 2 kind of maneuver to, compensate.
How's that for a warning shot?
Okay. Carl shouts in the comms. Lino, angle the deflector shields. All shields go to the aft place, please.
Yep. On it.
That's like a maneuver you can do. I am doing evasive maneuvers because
Okay.
after getting one destroyed, I imagine they will be
Yeah, well,
taking.
that was the first sortie of 3 TIE fighters. There's 9 more behind you.
What the fuck? Okay, so evasive maneuvers upgrades the difficulty of incoming attacks by 1.
Okay.
Every attack will have 2 black dice on it because we angle the deflector shields. And
Doc, can you lay down some barrage fire to make it more difficult than to get a bead on us?
Yeah. Yes, I am on it, and I'll pull out a stem and jab it into my leg, and I'm going to try to stemify myself.
Trying to wet yourself?
Stem application.
Okay, yep. What's the difficulty on that?
It's 2.
Right, and you it's your medicine versus 2, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to add anything to it, so unless you want to. Whatever you want.
Nah. Finally, it's happened. I've successfully applied the stem.
Is that the first
At
time?
least you did it once just for the end, man. That's what counts.
That's the first time, right?
Yeah, it is. So I will raise my agility by 1. And I'll come over the comm and say, I'm ready to go. Just tell me when you need me to do it, and I'll lay down that fire.
At your earliest convenience, Doc.
Yeah, you probably want to do it now because there's another sortie coming right up behind to start firing.
All right, I shall do it then. And I'll use a destiny point. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah.
So what is this? Are you doing an actual attack against them, or are you you're doing a maneuver basically to try and increase the difficulty for them to shoot at you?
I figured the covering fire comment was because I'm just unlikely to hit one. But do you literally just want me to spray in a random pattern?
Well, the thing is, if you do a barrage, you have to make like an average gunnery check, and it upgrades the difficulty of any combat checks against us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna undo that destiny point. Then I'm not gonna spend it.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that.
All right, I'm just gonna do a normal. I will aim though. Why not?
Okay, so your difficulty is 2.
Okay, here we go. Bam.
Okay, so you got 3 successes. John, does that mean it increases it by 3 or no? What does it do?
Basically, it upgrades the difficulty of any combat checks by 1. And in addition, if anyone's making an attack against us and they roll 2 threats, they automatically take a point of damage because they're sort of like running into the fire.
Into the barrage fire. Yep. Cool. Okay. Now, so that's going to increase their difficulty by 1.
Plus another one for the evasive maneuvers as well.
That's an upgrade as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they get to upgrade as well for having, like, say, for example, a group of 3 firing. They get to upgrade by 2. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the difficulty of attacking us should be 1 red, 1 purple, 2 blacks, plus 1 from the John. I don't know what was that. Is it a black dice or?
It's an
Okay.
upgrade.
Oh, then it's
Hold
2
on.
red and 2 black.
Where did the black coming from?
From the shields.
Right. Got it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to spend a destiny point for their attack roll. Here we go. So this is sortie 2.
Mhm.
Wow. Failure with 3 advantage.
That could be system strain.
So yeah, so they don't manage to hit you and do any hull damage. 3 advantage is enough to activate a critical hit too, but they can't do it since they didn't hit, right? So yeah, we'll have to put it down to system strain. So it's basically hitting your deflectors. So the ship's vibrating a bit, but it's not really taking any damage. Go ahead and mark off 3 system strain. You keep track of your ship stats, right, Cal?
Yeah, I am doing that.
And how much your maximum ship strain?
Let me see. The maximum is 15. Wow.
Okay, so it's 3 down. So yeah, so the shields are holding, but you know the lights are dimming in the ship. The ship's vibrating a bit. The shields are definitely under strain. And in his bunk, Miles Remora is stirred and awoken. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. He wakes the fuck up.
He's up.
And it's like, what the fuck is going on? What are they doing to my ship, man? And he gets up and he starts to try to stumble over and hits a button to open the door, and the lights turn off. And he hits another button and the door opens.
While he fumbles, I would like to do the fire discipline action, which basically I analyze the tactics of the enemy to grant a bonus to everyone who is attacking them.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I roll for them because I have to roll for them. So that's a difficulty 3 leadership check.
Okay, I'm going to use a destiny point to increase your difficulty. So it's 2 purple and 1 red. Just because the fact that you've been under the influence of drugs and you're not entirely in your right mind.
Yeah, sure. I would also like to, because this is my hero moment. So I also spend 1.
Okay.
Oh, I clicked it.
That's
So I
fine.
don't know.
No problem.
Let's do this. Wow, really cool.
3 success and 3 threats. So you can take those 3 threats as just like personal strain.
Okay. So this allows actually for two members to because it only applies to 1, but for every 2 success it gives to an additional crew member. So it's actually 2. So I would like to give it to Zul and Yonfed, of course, and they give blue dice to their attack checks.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. This was my action, and my evasive maneuvers is my maneuver.
Okay, so as Cal is sort of sending through all this telemetry onto our console so we can get a better sort of bead on the enemy, I'm just going to try and sight up another one of the TIE fighters and open upon it with the cannons.
Sure. Get another sortie approaching now. So you go ahead and make a roll on that.
1 success and 2 advantages. So that'll be 6 damage to one of them minus whatever their armor is, etc.
Okay, so you damage one pretty good, but it's still going.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to use my 2 advantages to give a boost dice to Zool. So maybe as I sort of shoot the first one, it's forced to diverge its path and it comes more into his line of fire.
Okay. Just writing down some bookkeeping stuff for me here real quick. Okay, I'll go to you next, Zool. I'll let you act before they fire.
Yeah, when he forces it right into my lane, I will use that and try to take it down. And I will do aim with my maneuver.
Okay. Do you want to spend a destiny point?
No, I'm good. Do you?
Nope.
So, do these things have defense? I didn't ask.
No.
No.
No. All right, excellent.
Shield.
Lots of advantage.
But
For everybody.
But wait, because of my fire discipline, every 3 advantage you get to spend to inflict 1 system strain and 1 regular damage. So you deal with.
So you deal 1
fun.
system strain and 1 regular. Wow,
Yeah.
he's fucked up, but he's still barely going.
I like maybe clip a wing or something.
Mm-hmm. But he's still going. They're going to fire at you. So I get their base pool down. Then the difficulty would normally be 2 purple, but you're doing evasive maneuver, so it's 1 purple, 1 red, right?
No, 2 reds. Because
That's
of
too
the
bad.
other things that they did. Oh, he doesn't do it anymore.
He
Okay,
didn't do
so
barrage this time, yeah.
yeah,
And then they
1
get
red.
2 black as well because of your shields.
Yeah.
Okay. This time I'll spend a destiny point.
Do you really want to stab?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to spend a destiny point?
Sure.
Can I, because I have 2 advantage left over from my previous attack, can I say that those 2 extra advantage make like a really thick smoke screen coming off of his wing that create a setback?
Yeah, I'll allow it. So I'll give him an extra setback. No problem. Ready? Here goes.
Yeah. Wow. Fuck you, Ian.
Damn.
Suck a donkey dick.
So that's 9 damage from the medium laser cannon blast. Oh, I forgot to increase for... Ah, shit. I forgot to increase for the fact that there's 3 of them in the group. Oh, well.
Damage doesn't change by the number of people.
No, I know, but I rolled more dice or upgraded 2 more times or something, right? So, because there's 3 of them, but that's okay. So you take 9 damage. What's your armor?
3, so
You take
6.
6 whole threshold damage.
Yeah.
And we get a critical hit. Anybody have the ship critical hit chart from?
Yeah, I've got it in front of me.
It's a percentile die, right?
Yep.
That is correct.
And what's it modified by? You get bonuses for certain things, yeah?
No, if you
only
have
get bonuses if you've already scored critical hits, so
Okay.
it should be a great roll.
46%.
46%. A component is hit. A component is rendered inoperable until the end of the round. So, in terms of components, it can be like the landing gear, the weapon systems, the sensors, the comms, the sublight engines, the hyperdrive, the shields,
Okay.
landing bay, blah blah blah.
So let's say we've got landing gear. Not really important. Pretty superficial, but we'll throw it in there. Sensor scanners, weapon systems, sublight engines,
Comms,
comms,
shields.
shields. That's 6.
Yeah.
I'll roll with that. That's the weapon systems.
Okay, so that means one weapon system of the attacker's choice is knocked offline.
Okay, they're going to knock out the dorsal turret, since it's the one that's done the most damage. So your turret goes dead, Jan-Fade.
For
You'll
one
hear me swearing on the comms, and I'll be like, "Damn it! My gun's out of action."
Oh, what? Shit.
That was sortie 3. That's just passed.
Zool will flip off his comm and say, "Shit, this is just like it happened in that nightmare."
Oh, no, that was only sortie 2, wasn't it? Sorry.
No, that was 33.
It was sortie 3.
Yeah, because the first one gave warning shots, the second was the first actual attacker, and this is the third one.
Oh, yeah, you destroyed one in the first one. Did you not hit the second one? No, you didn't hit the second one, did you? That's right. Okay. Okay, great. So sortie 3 passes. At this point in time, sortie 1 and sortie 2 are both turning around to come back from the front, but sortie 4 is approaching from behind. So I'll let you guys go first, as I've been doing. I know I didn't roll initiative or anything. I'm breaking the rules a lot here, but I figured it's easier just to do kind of a set order. So I'm going to let you guys go first.
Lino, can you get the guns back online?
Well, what happened to them? Why are they offline? Did they get shot at?
I'd hazard a guess, but I guess we've just been shot by a miraculously large amount of TIE fighters.
Let's see if I can get it
That's
back
just a
up going.
layperson's guess, by the way.
All right, so I'm gonna go into all the computer stuff and see if I can work something out with this.
Okay, so we'll make that a computers check. Difficulty. Well, it would be difficulty 3, but I'm going to make it 1 purple, 2 red, actually, because of the damage that was done on that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And Miles shows up in the cockpit and says, "God damn it, Cal, what are you doing to my ship?"
Shut the fuck up! And it's like, I don't have time for this. You can sit in the co-pilot seat or shut the fuck up and go away.
He jumps
Okay,
into
I'm
the
gonna-
co-pilot seat.
Upgrade one.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom.
Quite a few threats, but
Boom!
not
Your
bad.
your turret is working again all of a sudden. And because you got that, I'm going to let you recover 1 point of system strain as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
So keep track of that, Cal, since you're
Yeah.
keeping track of your ship. You recover 1 point of system
I don't know
strain.
what you did, Lino, but whatever it is, keep doing it.
Thank you.
However, you did get 4 threat.
Yep.
So go ahead and take 2 points of strain for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the rest I'll keep in my back pocket for the minute. Cool.
Okay.
I have something in mind, but it just depends on what happens. So I won't do it if it doesn't make sense. Okay. So boom, your gun's back up and working again, Jan-Fade, just like that, real quick. And Miles kind of leans over towards you, Cal, and says, "That's my girl."
I really don't have time for this now. Say as I execute some spinning maneuvers.
So still doing the evasive maneuvers?
Yeah, that's just my maneuvers all the time. Luckily, that doesn't cost anything.
Doc, we need one of us to keep laying down covering fire, or we're not going to last long enough to take another shot. Do you want me to lay down the cover, or do you want to do it yourself?
I'm more likely to hit between them than them, so I'll do the covering fire.
Right, good question about the field. I'm going to roll to see how much longer it'll be before you reach the field. You'll reach the field in 4 rounds.
The fuck is? Oh my god. It's way too long.
I'm going to mark that down here. Field in 4. That's including this as one of the rounds. Yeah, do you want to, you're laying down covering fire, Zool, or?
Yep, that was difficulty 2.
Mm-hmm. Here, I am going to spend a point because I got a shitload of them here. And yeah, you're under a lot of pressure. And you're not really a gunner, generally speaking, Doc. So
No, I have guns, but I'm not a gunner.
I'll turn a
All
point
right,
of
here we
destiny
go.
against you. Okay. 1 success, that's enough.
Oh yeah, I shoot between those ships.
Mm-hmm.
Just aim for the big black space.
Fire laid down.
Great job, Doc.
Yeah, Unfade, you can take a shot right now too if you want. Your gun's working again, so.
Right, so as I'm sort of like taking my careful aim, I'm just going to pause briefly. I take out a sort of small necklace that I've been wearing, and it's almost like a locket, and sort of hang it off some part of the inside of the gunner's thing, and it falls open. It's like a picture of a very young, like Twi'lek girl in it, and I'll just sort of hang it up, nod at it a little bit, and then.
Is that your sister?
Indeed, it is.
Thought so. Okay, you're shooting to kill, yeah?
Yep. I've got things to do,
Okay.
and these people are getting in my way.
Do you want to spend a destiny point?
Yep.
Okay. I will too then, just for the crack.
Okay.
Besides which, again, your gun was down for like half a minute, so.
Yep. Okay. 3 successes. So that is 8 points of damage to one of them.
That's enough to destroy another one. Boom. You destroy one of Sortie 4's TIE fighters.
I'll be like, how'd you like me now, Vader?
Anybody else got any actions? So that was Zool, that was Yonfade. Okay, she fixed the thing. Cal's doing his flying. Okay, so it's the bad guy's turn. So they have a base attack of this. Base difficulty is currently 1 red, 1 purple, right?
No, it'll be 2 red because he's doing the evasive maneuvers.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah, and the barrage, right. The barrage, I forgot the barrage. And also there's 2 setback, if I recall correctly.
Yes, shields.
Because your shields, yeah, and they're firing from behind, correct. Now, if I do this correctly, yeah, that's my upgrades because of the fact that there's 3 of them. Oh, no, there's not 3 of them anymore in the story. There's only 2, so I'll remove one of those. Okay, that looks right. I'm just going to roll it. I'm not going to spend any points. Wow. 2 failures, 3 advantages, and a despair.
They collapse and no, not collide. Collide, yes, that's the word.
Yeah. That's actually what I was thinking. So yeah, they do. They come in. You're going to suffer another 3 system strain, Cal.
Yeah, okay.
But they're going to have a miscommunication as they do their flyby, and they're going to collide just above you guys, basically, and careen off into space off of each other, just fucking out of the fight, if not completely destroyed. Sortie 4 wiped out. Sortie 5 will be approaching from behind, and Sortie 1 has circled around and is now coming at you from the front. What do you guys wish to do?
Cal, we can't stay here and just keep firing at us. They're just going to keep sending more. We don't even know how many fighters they've got altogether.
Approximately 200. That ship is huge. Say as like I take a dive, like trying to like go under them.
As you take a moment saying that ship is huge and you look at the scanner again, you realize that there are more blips appearing. There seem to be more Star Destroyers arriving along with it. So it looks like just at the moment you've got 1 Super Star Destroyer and 4 Star Destroyers.
It's not like we can do anything with even 1.
Cal, let's face it, we're not getting out of this. The best we can hope to do is take one of those Imperial bastards down with us.
Okay, how far is the Super Star Destroyer?
Oh, it's not moving very fast. You would easily get to the field before it reaches you. In fact, this is now the second round. if you survive this round, you only have 2 more rounds. You have 3 more rounds, including this round, to survive till you get to the field.
Cal, if you punch it and both myself and the doc lay down covering fire, how soon before we can get to one of those destroyers?
How soon? Yeah.
If you're going to turn back and go straight for it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then in that case, let's see. I would say it was going to take it another 4 rounds to reach you. 2 rounds.
Okay,
if you want to turn around. I mean, they're coming at you at full speed, but, you know, you want to turn around and fly back at it full speed, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you do one of those fancy flips before, Cal. I know you can do it.
Well, for Mandalore's balls and then turning around the ship.
Miles says, "What the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing?"
Hold on, Julian.
Angle all deflector shields forward now, I say.
And he does so. He's like, "What are you doing? What's the plan here? We're flying straight at them?
Doing the unexpected, man.
They'll destroy us."
No, we won't that much.
I don't mean to sound confrontational, Miles, but shut the fuck up. That ship sailed.
This is my ship.
I commandeer this ship.
All right, so
You can't do that.
Can I? Did.
Okay. Okay, sorry, Lino.
I was going to go and do some general damage control.
Yes, the damage control should be difficulty
2.
Mechanics check, yeah.
Yeah, and it will restore as many successes. I mean, as many whole threshold, as many successes you roll, and as many system strain as advantages.
Okay. Here we go.
2 success and 2 threats. So 2 success means you restore 2 hull points, yeah?
Yeah.
Threats. Just convert it to system strain, maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else to do with it.
Lino gets shocked. She gets 2 strain.
Actually, yeah, no, it should be. I was going to give you 1 point of strain on the SIP systems, but no, I'll give you 2 strain to Lino instead.
Okay.
Yep, just from the pressure of it. You know, this is not your specialty. You're not in your element here. You're out of your sword. Yeah, you're out of your element. Okay.
Wandering like a child in his parents' bedroom.
Mm-hmm. So you're now flying directly towards Sortie 5, which was coming at you to fire at your aft, but now they're firing at your bow. And instead of flying straight at you, Sortie 1 is now coming up behind you, trying to fire on you.
But I surprised them.
You did indeed, yes. And I'll let you continue the evasive maneuvers as well, obviously. So
yeah.
But you have 2 gunners who get to take turns. What do you guys want to do? Jan Fade and Zool. You've got Sortie 5 coming now straight for you, and Sortie 1 coming up, trying to come up behind you and shoot.
Well,
Sortie 1 is already missing 1 ship, so there's only 2 in it.
We've got 2 choices, Doc. We either carry on the barrage and shooting at them combo, or we both lay down covering fire and just hope it gets us to the destroyer.
So I hear that over the comm as like the ship rolls over and turns back towards the Star Destroyer. And I take my hands off of the gun and I just grab my shirt and I just rip it open with my chest blaring out of it. And I say, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to look good. Fuck it. Let's just take as many with us as we can.
I like the way you think, Doc. And I'm just going to try and shoot at one of them.
Hell yeah, me too.
Miles says, message coming on the comm. He hits the switch and the comm comes over again. And what was that guy's name? It's the Admiral again.
Admiral Kendall.
Kendall Ozol. And he's clumsy as he is stupid.
Yeah. He says, this is Admiral Ozol. He says, you're outgunned, you're outnumbered. You can't seem to get away. Your only option is to surrender if you wish to live. Terms will be renegotiated upon your capture.
I'm just going to sort of like thumb back the fire button as I fire at one, and I go, "I've got your terms right here, Admiral."
Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh no! However, I've got 4 boosts, so if I can, basically what I'll do is I'll give those 2 boosts to Cal's sort of piloting as I'm basically like ploughing a path through him, causing these TIE fighters to like zip out of my way.
Although, if you are attacking the Star Destroyer, it's only one.
Not
I'm attacking the TIE fighters.
Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. Well, when he's like talking to the con, I just take my gun and I shoot in it. It's just like,
You shoot the comm,
yeah.
and Miles is like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You're gonna get us all killed. Are you a madman?"
I smile.
And he starts just typing into the fucking system. And he's like, Jesus Christ. He's giving you system reports and everything else. He says, "We have to surrender."
You
We're not
see,
surrendering, Miles.
yeah, Miles can see this drug-fueled smile. What a lovely day.
Listen, I don't care if I have to get in an environment suit, get out on the hull, and shoot my gun from there. We're not surrendering.
Zool, you still haven't taken an action.
Yeah, what was the difficulty? Are you upgrading it?
Oh, to fire? No, I'm not upgrading.
Yeah, this number 2.
In fact, I'm okay. I was gonna roll one more blue die to see if it adds anything, because I was giving you the extra boost because of this element of surprise. Boom, it does. So you've got 5 successes and advantage in a threat.
Yeah, so it would be 11 damage.
11 damage,
Yeah.
minus their armor. So you destroy 1 anyway. This
Yeah,
is
so-
45.
So with my chest just bare exposed like this crazy Feline man, I just bear down on it like swiveling into my chair. And like the HUD zooms in on one and I say, "You think this is a space battle, but what Zool knows is that this is an operating table." And I just like scalpel right through fucking one of them, and the wings fly off in opposite directions.
As you start to shoot at it, I'll go, "Well, Doc, I hope your shooting's as quick as your Damn. Is it like?
So there was no barrage this turn, right? So difficulty for you guys is 1 blue, 1 purple, 1 red. Now they also get
And 2 blacks.
2 blacks, only for one of them. The one that's coming from behind you gets no blacks.
No, because we are silhouette. Unless they do an action to gain the advantage, which is their action.
I thought 2 black was coming from your shield.
Yeah, but the defender chooses the area they get hit unless they are silhouette 5.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Okay. Brilliant. I get it. I forgot about that. That's a weird rule, but yeah. Okay. Not sure if I like it. That's fine. It's all fair. Let's see. Anything else I want to give them? No, let's just do that. I'm going to do this twice, basically. Once for the sortie that's coming from in front of you. I'm much surprised at the fact you just turned around, ran straight towards him, and the doctor blew one of them away. Wow. They fuck up, and I'm going to say they lose another one of them gets kind of knocked out of the fight, basically.
They're obviously distracted by the light glistening off the doctor's rippling muscles.
Must be, yeah. Another one of them gets fucking damaged and has to fly off. So there's only one TIE fighter left in sortie 5. And sortie 1, wow, failure, but a triumph. And a threat. What would be a triumph? They didn't do any damage.
Perhaps they don't do any damage, but they do like a base critical hit.
No, it has to hit.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh. Okay, here's what I was saying. They basically kind of like almost kamikaze you to an extent that you have to avoid them.
Okay.
And so it's going to take you an extra round to reach now the Superstar Destroyer. because it knocked you off your flight path. Does that sound fair
Sure.
to everybody? What do you think,
Yeah,
Andrew?
sounds good to me.
You do this stuff a lot more than I do. Yeah, good, cool. Okay. And then we get to the next round. Now, still 2 more rounds to go after this one. So 3 rounds to go. So now, Cal, don't forget you have 2 bonus dice coming to you from John's previous shot.
Yeah. I'm just like trying to look at the actions. There aren't really like actions. Most of them are maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what can I do as a pilot that is actually involving piloting roles?
You could always punch it and take us immediately to maximum speed.
But we are maximum
You're
speed
at
for
maximum speed, all right,
a while now. And that also
I don't actually know, and I play a pilot in another game, so.
Yeah, it's different when you are playing a fighter pilot. Because
See, if you had another cannon that you could control, you could use that and actually could fire your cannons, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of ships do have that kind of forward-fronted cannon, so that would be controlled from the cockpit. But I don't think the YT-1300 has one. It just has the dorsal and ventral, right?
No.
No.
Maybe you could try and use some of the debris from the ships we've blown up as cover
Yeah.
or something.
Like the exploded TIE fighters or something. I'm trying to maneuver around them to like, just or
Use your
the,
advantage.
yeah, not like to make. Okay, so
To make it hard for you to get shot. Basically.
Yeah, here's the risky idea I have, but I think it fits the theme. So, like, as the TIE fighter that just kamikaze into us, like, he's like speed 6, we are speed 3, was like coming into us, is bouncing forward from our hull, basically. He like glanced us. And he's like already exploding or something because he's badly damaged. And I just drive into the debris and exploding it further, and I have the forward shields, so it won't damage the ship, but all these exploding things behind us will create a field of like debris that is difficult to maneuver around.
Maybe do a hard piloting check for that, so that's difficulty 3.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, you got 2 boost dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me look at the pool here. Hold on. Why's my dice roll not working now? There it is. Yeah, I'll spend a dark side point as well to upgrade the difficulty.
Okay. I calculated with that.
Lovely.
So
Success and 3 advantage, yeah? Okay. So you managed to get some cover there amongst the debris. So I'm going to give them an extra 2 setback dice for trying to shoot at you. That sound fair?
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Lino, you do anything back there?
I'm kind of waiting for Carl's cue because obviously I'm sort of patching things up as the actions take place.
Yeah,
so
damage control could always work.
just more damage control, okay. Or
Yeah,
if anything
just
needs to be done with
spam
the
that
shield.
shit. Yeah.
Okay.
We need a lot of system strain because we don't have that many of.
Okay. I'll do some damage control then. Oh,
Nice.
very nice.
Nice. Ooh, triumph for mechanics checks can be used to grant some sort of improvement for the end of the scene, like boost on our engines, maybe.
We could kind of do with that right now.
Yeah, I'll grant it. Sounds good to me.
Right.
And I'll reduce the time it's going to take you to reach the superstar star by a round again. So back to there. Okay. How about our 2 gunners there, Jan Fade?
Okay, if it's okay with Cal, I'd like to take some of his boosts to say that perhaps one of the TIE fighters, as it swerves to avoid the debris field, sort of zooms past my line of fire, and I just open up with the guns as it heads past.
For you, honey, everything.
Sounds good to me.
You say the sweetest things.
It's like while I say that, like a stream of blood starts flowing from my nose.
Okay, Ian, are you spending any destiny to increase the difficulty?
Are you spending any destiny?
No, I'm good.
So am I.
Okay, cool. Splendid. That's 7 damage to one of them.
Okay, so let's see. This is the new sortie that's flying at you, which is sortie 6. I assume you're still firing forward, not backward.
Yep.
Okay.
Trying to clear the path.
You badly damage him, but he's still in the fight, just barely.
Doc, I think I've hit one of them. If you concentrate your fire, it should be fairly easy to pick him off.
Yeah, I'll swivel in the chair. Try to hit the wounded one.
Cool.
I have a boost dice.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
I'm not going to spend a destiny point to upgrade difficulty either. So
3 advantage, no
you
success.
miss, you get 3 advantage. So give him some system strain. Okay. Okay, then it's the bad guy. So sortie 6, which is coming up in front of you now. Actually, I should say. Their difficulty is that. Now, your difficulty to hit you is now 2 red or 1 red, 1 purple?
1 red, 1 purple, plus all the black dice.
Right. So for setback, I was giving them 2 for that thing earlier.
Yeah,
Plus they get 2 more for your shields, right?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yep. 2, 2, 2, bouncing off your shields, everything else. You give them some system strain as well. Ooh, wait, how much system strain these guys have? They have like 10, don't they? Yeah, he's still going. Okay. But not doing very well. And then the other one comes up behind you. This would be sortie 2. So that's my basic dice pool. Oh, no, hold on. I forgot to add shields. Okay, there we go. No, I'm not going to spend a destiny point. So sortie number 2 comes up again. They also miss, but got another freaking triumph. I'm going to put the triumph through again as system strain. So just give you a point of system strain anyway. To say even though they don't hit you, the maneuvers that you're having to take to avoid the fire, putting too much strain on systems, and the overall system is starting to weaken as a result. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the bad guys' turns, and now next round. Oh, look at that! After this round, you will reach the field. Oh no, you're not. You're moving back towards the Star Destroyer. Sorry. After this round, you will reach the fucking Executor. I apologize. I forgot why I changed
We're
the number.
almost there, Cal. We're almost there. Keep us steady.
So Cal, you're approaching the Super Star Destroyer. You can see it with its weird kind of bluish motif on it, and you can see there are 4 Star Destroyers. 2 on the port side, 2 on the starboard side, and all kind of like in almost like a wedge formation behind it.
Okay, what I want to do is like, it's quite large, right? So
It's huge.
yeah, it's 11 kilometers. So,
Yeah.
so I assume like what I want to do is like fly really close to it on the surface, not hit us because we are too close, like basically flying on the body. And also the TIE fighters would have to be back offing a bit because
Right.
they
If
don't
they
want to
fire
shoot.
at you and miss, they're going to be shooting at the Star Destroyer. It's going to do
Yeah.
kind of as a shield.
Yeah, I imagine like sort of like the trench run in the Death Star, just without a trench.
Okay.
But I don't imagine this to be easy. So
No, we'll give it a difficulty 3. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll spend a dark side point for that. Because this is really, complex. You will get everything just right.
Okay. I will spend a destiny point. Because we have a lot.
A lot. Yeah, you do. You also have a lot at stake.
Yeah. And let's do this. Wow.
Nice.
Not really.
A success, an advantage, and a despair. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go to the panel, guys. What do you think is fair for a despair in this situation? As he's rapidly approaching the Superstar Destroyer, trying to use it as a bit of cover. Start with you, Andrew. What do you think? Any suggestions?
We get clipped by a tractor beam, crew.
What? No, that's the worst.
Okay. What about you, John? Any suggestions? Any ideas?
I will say perhaps our engines get clipped by stray fire, so we're effectively like trailing smoke and fire out the back of the ship, so we're pretty much locked onto our course. Maybe it affects our maneuverability.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your recommendation, Earl?
Maybe I flew too close to the sun, to the Star Destroyer, and I
Crash into it and blow up and everybody dies?
No, like a minor collision. So maybe one of the the ventral cannon is offline because I just smashed into it.
Right. Is anybody in the ventral cannon?
I was going to say,
it's not
for a while, isn't it?
Well, it's not in the person is not sitting sitting below it. It's
Sounds
just a
bad
cannon.
for the doctor, if you ask me. Okay, and Jenny, do you have any suggestion for a possible despair in this situation?
I think she's frozen.
She seems to be having some internet issues. Okay.
I think all these could almost be combined into a single one. What if the tractor beam crew clips the back of the ship but doesn't catch it, and it causes the engine to malfunction and we smack into the ship.
How many despairs I rolled?
I'd say that seems appropriate. Let's face it, Cal, it's not like we're walking away from this one. So,
okay. So you do that. They try to clip you with the tractor beam as you're flying straight towards them because they want to capture you, right? Ultimately, if they wanted to destroy you, they probably could have by now. They could have launched everything at once, etc. You definitely get the feeling that they're kind of pulling back a little bit, And in fact, the Super Star Destroyer hasn't even fired on you at all. So they try to clip you with the tractor beam. They pull you in. You have a slight collision. The ventral turret gets fucked up pretty bad. Doc, I'm going to give you. I would say you can you see it coming and you can maneuver out of it. To just get out of the cockpit or out of the the gun turret. But I would give you 2 strain anyway. Okay.
If this is a suicide mission, I'm cool with this being the end for the doc, because it it almost would make sense. Okay, I'll dive out of it then as it blows, and I'll take my fist up and smack a panel on the well, and it'll seal it off so I don't get spaced.
Okay.
Also, as I see the cannon spiraling down and exploding on the Star Destroyer's hull, I'll be like, Doc!
And I'm still here, but that was a close one.
And what was the other effect I was looking for here? So, and so now you've also lost somewhat of your pitch and yaw controls. So your maneuverability is limited.
Kyle, just point us at the control tower.
I got it, babe.
And Miles is like, this is insane. This is suicide. And he's typing into the computer, and all of a sudden, emergency lighting comes on in the Sparrowhawk. The ship is just drifting. The engine's kicked off. Communications are not working. They seem to be out of control. Almost every system is shut down or on auxiliary power.
I'll be sort of on my like personal comms that we've got, and I'll just be like, Cal, just put whatever you have to into the engines if you can. Life support, whatever. I don't care. Throw out the fucking kitchen sink if you have to.
And Miles stands up from his seat and he looks at you, Cal. He says, "Don't waste your time. It won't work. I've just killed everything on the ship. It'll take hours to get it restored. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you kill me and my ship and Lino."
Okay, so the ship is completely non-responsive, right?
Yep, and you feel the all of a sudden jarring, and the ship gets still for a moment, and you can feel the tractor beam locking onto you and pulling you now towards this superstar destroyer.
Okay. Well, I just sort of turn towards Miles. I really wouldn't have done that if I were you. And I take my gun and just like in his chest and just.
Okay. I mean, he's a pissant kind of smuggler. I'll let you just fucking murder him if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you blast him in the chest.
Yeah, just auto fire him to death.
So you just put the pistol. It was a pistol, right?
It was a carbine, so it's like
Oh, it was a carbine, so it's a rifle, yeah.
Yeah, it's a smaller rifle.
So you jab the rifle up into his chest. Say, "I wouldn't have done that after you." And he says, "I did it for Lino." And you pull the trigger, and it fucking blows his fucking blood all over the cockpit. And Miles is no more. You guys can all hear that shot going off in the cockpit of a carbine, full auto.
Oh well, at least something good came out of this.
Lino wasn't that much into you, by the way. As I spit
hear
on
you
his
now.
body.
He can't hear you now.
I know. I just spit on his body.
Cal,
I-
can you get the systems back online? Activate the self-destruct, anything.
Can I? No, like everything is not responsive, right?
You're going to have several minutes before they can pull you on into a hangar bay.
Well, if it's just turned everything off, Cal, turn it back on again.
Could we? Do we see like the command deck that we were going for? Can we like see it out of the front of the ship?
You can. You're being pulled away from it now by the tractor beam, though.
What if, because in my mind, I'm thinking escape pods are on their own like closed circuit because the whole point is you jettison when the ship fails. Mm-hmm. What if we all get into a pod and try to jettison it at the command window?
I love it.
Wow. It's a cool idea. You want to spend a destiny point to make it happen? Yeah, there's the answer. John just clicked it straight away.
Do we have any? No, we don't have any ordnance, right?
No.
No.
Look, just pack fuel, anything we've got that can explode into the escape pod.
Yeah, we don't have to be in it, like, because we can restore the ship after. I mean, that's the optimistic view.
No, you're moving. I can see you, Jenny, just fine. No, he wasn't lying. It's going to take about an hour to get this thing operational again. He fucking like nuked everything. It's going to be like a cold reboot kind of thing, you know?
I'll see you all in the escape pod then.
It's like sort of like Carl is like looking at his gun. I'm not sure I want to go out that way. I would rather wait on the ship and shoot every fucking stormtrooper that dare steps on this one.
Call me a pessimist, Carl. I don't think against the amount of firepower they're going to be bringing, we're going to have much of a chance. I'm all for the suicidal charge, but I'd rather take more of them with us if we can.
We can still shoot the escape pod and then kill them after with the guns.
By the way, just say you guys did take out 6 TIE fighters and badly damaged 2 more. So
Zool
put up a hell of a fight.
Zool will say over the comm, If I'm going out, I'm going to fuck one more male officer before the end. Come on, let's shoot this thing.
I'm with the doc about the shooting bit, not the fucking the male officer.
Well, I thought I could get some, like
I thought you were
Captain.
better Twilight than that.
I thought Captain Carl could get some before the end, but
A little bit busy at the minute, sorry too.
let's do this. I guess.
All right.
You guys are going to pile into the escape pod, kind of try to direct it towards the command window and fire it off that way to launch yourselves onto the bridge of the Superstar Destroyer?
Yep, why not?
Hell yeah.
It's just so crazy, it just might work.
Okay. Fuck, I'm down, man. It sounds badass. I tell you what, though, let's take another quick, 5-minute bio, because this is going to wrap up the session. Then at least may wrap up the game, but I don't know. Actually, I have a feeling there might be another session after this, depending on how this ends.
Okay.
So, yeah, take a quick 5-minute, use the toilet, get a drink, have a smoke. Back in a few.
If I'm coming back as a Force Ghost, I'm going to annoy the shit out of everyone.
I don't think there's much danger of any of us coming back as Force Ghosts.
No. maybe my character is Snoke. Who knows?
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, on the internet, pretty much everyone is the Snoke. Everyone is Snoke.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although I'm laughing when Ian's saying, "Oh, there might be one more session after this." I'm like, "Are you watching the same game?"
Yeah.
Because let's face it, even if somehow miraculously we get the escape pod to crash into the thing, we all survive the explosion of it crashing in, and we all get out with guns blazing. They're not just going to go, "Oh, they've come out this doing massacring people on the bridge. Take them prisoner."
Yeah. And really, we are not in a good position because, at least Leia and Luke, they were important to the rebellion and the Empire. They were important people. They knew stuff. We don't know shit.
We're just like general spods, so every time the Empire interacts with us, we just generally fuck them about a bit.
Yeah. We are not high command.
Yeah, they're not going to look at us and go, "There's some people who've got important information about the rebellion. We need to get off them." To be honest, I think the situation, I don't think even the doctors glistening abs can get us out of this one.
Oh yeah. I'm just waiting for a secret power that he's not told us about yet.
To underestimate the power of his abs.
Either that, or he's just going to roll out the escape as we crash into. We're going to crash into the bridge. The Imperial officer's going to be like, "What the hell is going on here?" And the doc's going to roll out the escape pod like a box of Ferrero Rocher and some flowers.
Everybody dies of fatal erections or something.
Quick! Yeah, the doc's like, "Quick! While all the blood's rushing from their brains."
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
That's funny. I found our lack of hyperdrive disturbing.
Yeah, that's fucking hyperdrive. It's in session 1. We can't get a hold of a fucking hyperdrive that works.
I mean, a ship that can actually fly between systems. The Holy
Yeah.
Grail.
Yeah. The first one was filled with bombs. The second one was fucking expensive and then got stolen. Yeah.
It didn't make me laugh when we've got Miles going, "Oh, you're wrecking my ship. You sold the backup hyperdrive."
Yeah, exactly. You rent your own ship.
I mean, what kind of like shit ass trader goes, "Oh, I've got a few debts. Oh, well, best sell my backup hyperdrive. I'll never need that."
Schoolboy error.
That's about akin to going, "Oh yeah, sorry, I sold all of like the all the glass that's on the view screens. I've just got like plastic bags like stapled over the outside of the ship."
In the old system, I would got like a few dark side points now. Yeah, I was just thinking, yep. On the other hand, if we do survive, Lino, you don't have to worry about your obligation anymore.
Yeah, but there's still my other one to worry about.
On the other side, though, Carl, if we don't survive, we don't have to worry about our obligations anymore.
That's true. Like, we don't have to worry about obligation either way. I mean,
Lols.
Okay. Now, something I want to say to you guys. You're all here, yeah? Yeah, you're all there. Okay. As you're piled into the escape pod, you're plotting your course to fire straight towards this, big freaking window or whatever of the bridge for the executor. Jesus Christ. Fucking, it's cold out. I got fucking hoodie head. Anyway. It crosses your mind. Who am I going to give this to? Who's the most level-headed thing? Zool, you are the one that thinks of this. Because, no, you are, because you have the Imperial training. Why did they want your ship? Why didn't they destroy it when they could have? Why did they want to capture your ship? Because they want to get your nav computer coordinates and find out where the rebel fleet was rendezvousing. That's you're thinking in your head. That's what they want. That's why they're pulling the ship in and why they didn't just blow it up. Even though they threatened to, they didn't.
Yeah, Zool would push that on then in the moments before boarding the escape pod to Lino, for whatever that's worth.
My overlays aren't working. I got all kinds of problems.
There is no way I can encrypt the nav in 2 minutes like that.
We don't have to encrypt it.
You guys get to the escape pod. I'll take care of the nav computer.
What you're going to do is shoot it.
Yep.
Wait. How bad we want to fuck the Empire? I mean, I know Zool wants to fuck parts of it.
I want to fuck him so badly, I'm not even going to buy him dinner first.
The thing is, that they're trying to communicate with you, but they can't because your system's down.
So it takes them quite a few minutes to get us boarded, take us into a hangar bay.
Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes. That's why you have time to get to the escape pods and do all the stuff. Or the escape pod. There's probably only 2, I think, on a YG-1300, if I recall correctly.
How long are these coordinates? Like, can you keep them in your head? Or they are like 2 gigabytes, just numbers.
Oh, no, you could definitely, I mean, obviously, you program into the nav computer. It's definitely something that a person could memorize.
Okay, in that case, I attempt to memorize them as best as possible.
No, don't memorize all of it. Memorize a part of it.
Yeah, obviously, the parts they're looking for.
No, you memorize one half of it, a quarter of it.
You
Everyone
okay.
memorizes
Yeah.
one quarter of it.
Look, if we memorize it, all they're going to do is torture us and get the information out of us.
They're going to torture us anyway. If they
No.
find us.
Do you? I have grenades.
In which case, the best thing we can do is we disable the nav computer, stick a grenade under it, and give them a nasty surprise when they do go to look at it.
No, my darling. You never were ones for tactics and strategy.
I'm sorry if sort of a suicide run on a Star Destroyer wasn't covered in my military tactics.
Well, amateur mistake. I forgive you. We each memorize a quarter of the code, and we each get a grenade. They need all of the code to get to what they want, and we each have a part of the coordinates. They can't torture any of us. They can't get to us, because if they do, we explode, and then they will lose everything they wanted. We will have a dead man switch, and we will have information they want. We will have all the power to negotiate.
Assuming they don't find some way of deactivating the grenades or incapacitating us in some way.
I know, taking them off us, yeah.
But you will be having them in your hands. Like, when we get boarded, we tell them the situation.
I somehow don't think when we roll out of the escape pod, they're going to be interested in negotiating with us. They're probably going to think kill us and take the nav computer off the ship. We need to stop them using that nav computer.
Yes, we need to. We have to destroy the computer, absolutely.
All right, have you got a sticky grenade? Use one of those.
I suggest we destroy the nav computer first and then we put the grenade under it. Since we don't want them disarming the grenade and then discovering it, they'll have to look at the destroyed nav computer anyway, see if they can repair it, which they won't be able to. I'll say I'm sort of lifting my gun up and pointing it at it. So I blow this up, you stick the grenade under it, we get the hell in the escape pod.
But we look at the code first.
Yeah, fine, get the code, whatever.
Okay, I memorized the code.
The entire code?
Oh, unless the others are on board with it to memorize parts of it, yes.
I'll memorize part of it, yeah.
Got two. You guys can each memorize half.
You can do that.
Okay.
I'm just going to look across at the dock and be like...
Okay, here's a grenade. Do your thing.
I'll annihilate the nav computer.
Okay, yeah, you blow it to fucking smithereens.
Then sort of in the... I'm just going to sort of like push all the wreckage together so it looks like it's slightly less knackered than it might otherwise look. And I'm just going to like slide a grenade. So like I'll set it for an appropriate amount of time so we've got time to get away and just like slide it into the wreckage. So hopefully when some Imperial mechanic goes, oh, maybe we can put it back together, it'll blow up.
Okay. And then into the escape pod?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You've got about a minute until the ship is pulled into the bay.
Right, hit the button, Cal.
Well, here's to it.
It's been fun.
I press the button to detach.
So you're all piled into one escape pod, launching straight towards the bridge window, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to stem apply myself too.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I will spend a dark side point just to represent the immense stressed situation, since it's feeling like a suicide run at the moment.
Don't suppose you've got a stash of whatever you injected Cal with, have you, Doc?
Sadly, I am all out of booster glue. I just let the name slip since we're about to die.
He's got a recipe, though, for it.
You've been giving me fucking bait!
And Zool kind of shrugs and says, if it works, what does it matter what you call it?
Oh my fucking bait!
Look at it this way, Cal. I'll say as he like hits the button and ejects the escape pod. I don't think withdrawal is going to be an issue.
Fair enough.
The escape pod launches as the YT-1300 is being pulled towards docking bay, whatever, 13. Okay. You succeeded on your STEM application, right, Andrew? Again.
Yeah, I did.
That's twice in one day. It must really be the end of the world.
If only we'd known, we just had to put him in like a 100% probability of death situation to get his stims to work, man. If only we'd have known sooner.
I'm going to enhance my presence. I want to look fucking good.
Okay. Cool. So, the escape pod launches. It will actually arrive at the bridge in about 30 seconds. So 30 seconds before the ship itself is completely pulled into the docking bay.
I'm just going to have my weapon ready because my idea is pretty much as it lands to come out shooting.
Okay. Escape pod's moving. The bridge, the big front of the that weird, almost like I don't even know how to describe that shape, but yeah. It's like a bizarre kind of the fuck is it called? I can't think of goddamn geometrical terms, but you're moving towards the bridge. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can see the glass, and you can see the frightened faces of the officers and crew aboard, and you see a figure in the back behind a control panel, all in black, long black cloak, black power armor looking, the fully masked black helmet. You see Lord Vader as you crash through the glass and collide onto the floor of this bridge, taking out probably several officers and personnel yourselves as you crash through them. Many more are sucked through into the vacuum of space from the immediate depressurization as you break the glass. Lord Vader himself grabs onto the panel and holds on tight. Several people flying past him as it slowly, the field goes up to stop the depressurization and to seal off the area.
As I presume it's one of the standard escape pods where the front sort of like jettisons off, like when it lands, so you can like jump out. As soon as that comes off, I'm just coming up with my gun and coming out shooting.
Okay, what are you shooting at?
Although actually, if we've got the grenades that Cal lobbed out, I suggest that we all like lob our grenades out first.
Just like someone doesn't have one because we use one.
Oh yeah, I won't have one. So as I'm sort of like getting ready to go on my guns, I'm like, if you want to mate with the grenades, guys.
Sure. I'll throw my grenade at Vader.
I think we like a fear check or something is in place.
I'm not going to get too deep into the mechanics for this bit. Don't worry. You can hurl your grenades. Even if you're fucking scared out of your boots, you can hurl your grenades.
Yeah, I just like rush out, I don't know, like Rambo with a nice little roll. And then I see Vader. I just sort of freeze in my boots like, what the fuck is going on?
Lino, do you throw your grenade?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it at more familiar faces though. If there's like a group of stormtroopers, or I wouldn't know.
No, there's not really any stormtroopers here on the bridge. It's all officers and other personnel. But yeah,
right, in that case, I'll throw them at like the sort of biggest clump of officers I can see.
Okay. And where are you throwing your grenade, Zool?
I'll throw it at I'll throw it at a clump too. A clump of normal officers. Do max damage.
And what about you? You said you were freezing in your boots, but what do you do with your grenade there, Cal?
I imagine I rolled exactly in front of Vader, like he's towering in front of me.
As you do, he just he throws up a hand, and it flies away back towards a clump of officers. And then there's a boom, boom, boom as the grenades go off, and several officers and Imperial personnel are just blown to smithereens, body parts flying blood everywhere. The entire bridge is starting to repressurize now as the force field has taken place over the breach, which you made straight through the glass.
Right, I'm just going to, because I'm ready to sort of launch myself out, I'm just going to drop the locket of mine that I'm holding into Lino's hands, and I'll say, just in case one of us does survive, and then I'm going to turn around and leap out of the escape pod, and just open up on whoever's in front of me.
Okay. And Vader, again, there puts his hand up in front, and you see your bullets just ricocheting, bouncing around, not touching him.
In which case, yeah, I'll just be I'm just going to be sort of like sweeping it in an arc, sort of barrage style.
You mow down several other officers.
Zool will walk out drawing his rapier, and then he'll see Vader, and he'll turn around and walk back into the pod. He'll raise his eyebrows really high and say, "Black mask, black power armor, Imperial officer. I think that is Lord Vader."
I'll be like, "And the award for stating the fucking obvious goes to..."
And Zool will say, "This is going to be a problem." And I'll just sit down and like lean on my hand and start trying to think.
Okay. He's preoccupied with just shielding himself from the barrage of fire coming from Jan Fade's fucking heavy rifle. So he can't do anything to you. Otherwise, I'd have given him a nice little force pull to fucking drag you over to him or slam you against a wall or something. But
I'm under no illusions that my guns are going to do any damage to Vader, but I'm just going to like slowly walking towards him, like sort of screaming and firing my gun.
It'll keep him preoccupied until you run out of ammo.
You know what? Zool will look at Lena and say, "Lena, if I can escort you over to one of the terminals, do you think you could sabotage the ship?"
Seriously? Are you fucking crazy? Escort me in this?
Yes, I'm crazy.
I take a look at this locket that was given to me. What was it? A locket?
It's a locket with a picture of a very young Twi'lek girl in it.
I sort of look at it slightly confused, but I keep a hold of it. No, I can see that obviously Jon Fade is very, very busy with Darth Vader. So it is kind of sort of surreal moment that Lena is feeling, with Zool probably kind of doing this beaming grin at her. She's gonna eventually just sort of throw her arms up and oblige. Yeah, let's sabotage the whole ship while we're at it.
Now we're talking. And I'll draw my my rapier and walk out to try to get to a console.
Yeah, I obviously get my own gun out.
Now, here's a question. How long would it take for your gun to run out of ammo, do you think, John?
Not very. It wouldn't take very long at all since I'm firing it on full auto. Since it's on like a sort of strap, I suppose, around my neck. My plan is when that runs out, since I've got multiple guns, I'll just be like drawing another one and firing that and just continuing towards him. Obviously doing no damage, but just trying to keep up the barrage in the vein. Obviously, hope that one of the bullets will get through. Okay. Although. So like my character's face will be sort of like blank because like Jon Fade realizes, oh, I'm not taking this guy down. As soon as I get within range, that's me done. But better to be hacked down now than like tortured to death by some like Imperial torturers.
Okay.
Like is Vader like closing on Jon Fade or something?
Not at the moment. He's just standing there.
I'm moving towards him though.
She's moving towards him.
Okay. Well, Carl is in the moment. Is still like terrified to shit by Vader and everything. Probably this fear is only like made greater by the effects of the drugs. But yeah. Chilling.
Okay. So, John, you're firing. Zool, you've got your rapier and you're leading Lino towards the towards one of the consoles here on the bridge. Jan Fade's gun runs out of ammunition. You have to let go of it, switch guns. Vader is going to take an opportunity to attack one of the two that seem to be moving towards console. Now, I'm going to roll an odd or even.
Well, since my goal is to escort her, can I put myself in between Vader and her?
Sure.
Yep, I take that riff.
Okay. Now, I have no idea. I've never read Force and Destiny. What kind
What
of
is-
damage could be done by a fucking super powerful Sith Lord on something like a force throw?
Oh, like pick me up with move and hurl me?
Yeah, he's
Like-
going to basically throw you across the entire bridge and slam
Okay,
into a
if
wall.
he has a force rating of 1,
I think he'd have a higher force rating than that.
yeah, no, wait. It's a silhouette of 1, at least 10, but like probably like 50. Force is ridiculously powerful. Force push, throw, or whatever. Move.
Yeah, pretty much with Vader, whatever he wants to do with the Force, that's what's
Yeah.
going to occur.
But he would like. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just narrate it. So he reaches out then as you switch guns and still approaching in the unfade. He reaches out and grabs you, Zool, and just throws you bodily about 20 meters and slams you, bounces you off the ceiling practically and then into the wall, and you crumple to the ground in a heap.
Yeah, so at the moment he grabs me, I say, good luck, and get just fucking chucked into it and go ragdoll.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jenny, you can get to the console. What are you going to try to do?
Well, yeah, sabotage the ship.
Maybe activate the self-destruct.
Really, if there is one, like that's so. Oh, I would have thought that would be way too simple. What I would probably do is try and start some kind of chain reaction for there to be some kind of auto malfunction,
Mm-hmm.
if that's at all possible.
Okay. You don't have the dice roller, right?
No,
I'll
it
roll
was
for you.
causing loads of shit before. So
What's your computer skill?
yeah, computers is 2 yellow.
2 yellow. Oh, wow. Okay. Good luck.
Might just we
Yeah,
spend
yeah, I
a
know.
Force point on this.
I'm not gonna do it. There's no way. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No problems. That gives you an extra green. Anybody got any recommendations for any possible boosts or?
I'm just looking at my own.
Like
books.
it's a really heroic. It's a
She's trying to override the controls to set off, a chain reaction explosion on a superstar destroyer. So I'm
It's
giving
like
it
a
high
really
difficulty.
heroic moment, right?
I'm giving it a high
Yeah,
difficulty. I'll tell you
really,
that.
all I've got is I can remove one black of bypass security from checks made to disable security device or open locked doors. So
Okay.
that's
I
what
can
I've got.
think of a lot of reasons to give a setback.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just roll what
likewise.
I got here.
Yeah. Bear in mind, I can't see the results, so let me know.
Look at that.
2 successes.
2 successes. Jesus.
Get in.
Self-destruct activated.
God, fuck. I'm gonna blow up a Star Destroyer.
And klaxons start blaring. And
At this
alarms,
point-
red lights are flashing everywhere.
As Vader's like thrown the Doctor and he's obviously distracted from like deflecting the bullets, I'm just going to attempt to rush him. I know that's going to fail horrendously, but
Mhm.
I'm sort of getting near to him now. I'm like, he's realistically going to finish me off soon, so I'm just going to try and rush him.
Roll your attack. Your difficulty is going to be 5 reds.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fair.
Do I get a boost because he's distracted by throwing the Doctor?
Sure.
Look, it's going to matter. Okay, here we go. 5 reds, you say?
hmm
What the fuck? I'll spend a destiny point.
Oh, I'll spend 1 too, actually, because this is fucking Darth Vader.
So it gives you an extra purple.
So as you charge forward, he just like he's thrown Zool across the room and just fucking basically ragdolled him, and you're pretty sure Zool is dead from the bone crunching sound.
I think I'm heading for the Force grip neck snap here, to be honest. Given
And-
that roll.
He essentially does kind of like freeze you in place with the Force momentarily, and then he pulls out his lightsaber and fucking cuts you in half.
I'm just going to sort of fall to the ground and
From-
fall off.
Left
As, I
hip
sort
to
of-
right shoulder.
as I'm obviously dying, I'll just sort of like reach out in like Cal's direction. I'll just go, it was fun, Cal.
Okay, at this point, like, Carl flips. And he just, like, gets out his gun. He has another one. Like, 2 carbines in his hand. Like, charging ahead, shouting. like a madman. You're unfair! And charges Darth Vader.
Okay.
I
You gonna
presume
roll
the
check?
5.
5 red. I'll spend another destiny point to increase that, so make it 5 red and a purple.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah, he's in control of the situation. He feels pretty confident.
I think I upgrade that purple to red because I'm wielding 2 guns in my hands that are not supposed to do that. I think that makes sense. So it's 6 red.
No, it's 5 red and a purple.
No, but I'm doing something impossible, so.
Yeah.
I got 2 advantage though.
You're charging him shooting, yeah?
Yeah.
And he flashes forward straight towards you as well, deflecting your shots with his lightsaber. And he just reaches up and grabs you by the throat with his left hand and lifts you off the ground, just almost completely crushing your windpipe, but just restraining enough because he's realizing now he better keep at least one of you alive. And he chokes you out pretty quick and drops you to the ground unconscious.
Can I say a word before I fall unconscious?
Of course you can. You can choke a word. You can choke
Release your dead man switch, man.
No, I didn't have the. Let's just say, "Come on, you big black cunt!"
He drops you to the ground, and he starts walking towards Lino, lightsaber still in hand.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as the sort of self-destruct alarms have been going off, I would have just been stunned for a few seconds, looking at what the hell was happening down below. And my immediate thought kind of turns to like adrenaline and flight. So Lino would have been scanning around for the fastest TIE fighter possible in order to attempt to pilot it and get the fuck out of this thing.
So you're gonna head for the door to try to get off the bridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, then he will just try to grab you with a force choke, and choke you also until you're unconscious.
Okay.
So he has Lino and Cal both unconscious on the bridge. He goes over and taps on the console, pushes a few buttons. Self-destruct sequence canceled. Override by Lord Vader authorized.
Close but no death stick.
He clicks a communication panel and he says, "Get the coordinates from the nav computer. We will end this rebellion today. And send me an interrogation droid. I need to get information from a couple of prisoners immediately." And he turns and looks around the bridge, and everybody else on the bridge is dead or unconscious, except for Vader. Pretty much. Oh, there might be a couple of Imperial soldiers who are just mortally wounded. Clutching like missing limbs and things of that sort on the ground in shock. But pretty much everything, it's just decimated. The fucking escape pod with the fucking blasted off front hatch is sitting in the ruins of the main console area. And he just kind of surveys the area, puts his hands on his hips, and stands over Lino and looks at Cal. And we'll fade to black from there. Now, as a bit of an epilogue here, would say you guys did not destroy the ship, but you did destroy the nav computer. So chances are, do you think they would have been able to have gotten the coordinates from the nav computer?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, no, because there's a grenade under it, which is going to go off as soon as they try. So.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. That's a good point. So, yeah, so that's out. Now, 2 people memorized each half of the coordinates. Did they not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who were the 2 people? Cal was 1.
Yeah. And they know.
So there's a chance. Okay, here's what we'll do then, actually, for the epilogue. What should we roll for a torture droid, basically? The black interrogation droid.
It's probably medicine, maybe opposed by discipline.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Don't suppose those have ever been statted out, have they? Those have never been statted out, have they?
Well, the
Probably
interrogation.
they have been. I would just say the droid itself would be more like assisting someone who is like an actual person, because the Empire doesn't really rely on droids.
Someone like Lord Vader.
Yeah, but Lord Vader can probably read minds, and then it doesn't really need it.
I don't ever remember him reading minds in the not like that. So, what do you guys think? Let's come to a consensus. What kind of dice roll should I give for the actual droid itself? And probably a professional interrogator. Zool, you used to do that with the Empire. What do you think?
I would say they would at least have to have three ranks in medicine, because I think that's what the book defines as being like an actual professional, as opposed to somebody that's just good at it.
Yeah,
and they might actually have a 4 in their stats, so maybe 1 green and 2 yellows base.
Yeah, and probably like a blue dice from the droid or something.
And what about your discipline then, Cal?
My discipline is actually not half bad. I put points in it because I grew more disciplined. It's 2 yellows and 1 green.
Oh, wow, okay.
So 2 purple. Oh, sorry, 1 purple and 2 red.
And if I can, I would like to spend the destiny point to make it.
You can, but so can I. But that's fine. I won't actually this time. So 3 reds against 3 yellow, green, and a blue. Here we go.
Fuck you, Empire.
They fail to get the coordinates out of you.
That's my boy.
So I won't roll for Lino because it doesn't matter. So in the end,
Okay, good.
the rebellion survives, and you see a scene as the end credit music begins to play on a frozen ice planet in a bunker. You can see Captain Solo. You can see Mon Mothma, Leia Organa. Hell, you even see it was Captain Skywalker, I believe, at that point in time as well. And they're having a bit of a moment of silence for all of the fallen. The events on Baz Pitti, Mon Mothma says, were a setback. But the rebellion lives on. Renegade Squadron was lost. Admiral Akbar still lies in the hands of the Empire. But we will fight on. We've destroyed their super weapon. We've frustrated the efforts of the Emperor and his minion, Lord Vader. We will not let those who have died die in vain. And then the credits will begin to scroll. And, well, congratulations. In the end, you didn't sell out the rebellion. So, yeah, I had a plan to where if they either captured the nav computer or if they managed to get the coordinates in any other way, my end scene would have been a scene of the rebel fleet gathering to move towards Hoth, regroup, and then the entire Imperial fleet just arriving and assaulting it and decimating it, which would have been the end of the rebellion. Now, that could have happened with you guys either alive or dead. It would have depended completely upon what you would have done. Had they captured you and had you given them the information they wanted, they would have let Cal and Yonfade and Lino go. They wouldn't have let Zool go because he was considered a traitor. They were going to sell him out to the Black Sun for money, for credits to make up for the money he owes for his tuition. But they would have let the other 3 go. But you would have had to have lived with the fact that you basically caused the downfall of the rebellion.
I didn't imagine like Cal doing the most heroic deeds ever of not betraying the rebels.
Yep. Captain Rannick wakes up in sweat. He's a force sensitive. I feel a great disturbance. Great. Well, thanks for playing, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that came in just 10 minutes shy of our target time as well. I wasn't sure. I thought this would probably roll into a second session, but it went pretty quick. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Thank you very much.